Hello there. Welcome to Wednesday, middle of the week. Some weeks are like this. Some weeks I feel like they just fly by, for better, for worse. I really don't complain, honestly, because it's like, I hate to say it, but it's like the weekends. The weekends, it's like always shooting for the weekends. That's when we have our free time. It's when we have time to play games and to go and do things and all that sort of thing. Plus, that's just when Tiffany plans things. Like, we never go anywhere on the weekdays just because it's like work, dinner, relax, repeat. Anyway, today's the day. I will get a confirmation on the time with my customer this morning. And I was trying to think, when I go visit that customer, are there any other customers that I could potentially visit? The problem is the day of the week. So today's Wednesday, which means any customer I visit today would be putting an order in for Thursday. And there really isn't anyone in that direction for Thursday. Most of our customers on Thursdays are in the East Valley. So it'll probably just be her. So that'll be the first one, but I've already got the next two in mind, so I'm going to reach out to them and start getting the ball rolling. And my goal, I was talking to Kate about this last night on our walk, my goal is to have all of our existing customers that are going to be on the app, using the app by the end of the year. So it's not very, I don't think that's very challenging. Once I show somebody how to use it, once it's on their phone, it's very easy. It's just a matter of figuring out the quirks as we ramp more customers on. Like, more people are on the platform, we start finding little issues. We start finding questions like, hey, how does this work? And then also the pressure of us making sure the prices are the way the way we do things, very unorthodox, but it works for us. With this app, it's forcing us to do things a certain way, which I'm good with. Like, this is the way things should be. So literally starting today, we are going to have to start doing things a certain way, and I'm looking forward to it.
Well, that's a pretty crazy way to start the day. I'm coming down my main road out of my neighborhood, and there is a girl and two dogs sitting in the middle of the road, and she's waving me down. One of her dogs was hit by a car. She's out free running with them, which I have to say right off the bat, great dogs. They listened to her. The other one that was not injured listened to me, came over to me, like very well trained dogs. But they're still animals, and the one dog ran after Javelina and ran right in front of a car. How the person that hit the dog didn't stop, I don't know. I don't know how you hit. This is a big dog. I don't know how you hit this dog, not realize you hit the dog, and didn't stop. Like, it blows my mind. Anyway, I stopped. She was obviously frantic. The dog seems to be okay. It did have blood coming out of its mouth, like just panting blood was coming out, but it was able to get up and walk to the side of the road. We called 911 just to get the nearest 24-hour vet hospital. We got that. Unfortunately, it's too early. It's 5:30 in the morning. There's nothing available to come pick them up. Thankfully, another community member stopped because I had my hazards on and I was still in the middle of the road. Actually, multiple people stopped. First of all, just one guy stopped right away while we were still in the middle of the road. He helped us get off the side of the road. I moved my car. He had to leave. Another guy stopped. He had a truck, and he's now taking them to her house to drop off her other dog and to get her sister, and then they'll be good from there. So, man, that's obviously I've had problems with Baby, with her health when eating us stuff, and so I've had scares with my dog, but like something like this, where like literally got hit by a car and it's just laying there. She wasn't sure. I mean, the dog did not get up for a few minutes. He finally did, and again, he was able to walk across the street, up this hill, into the back of the truck. Like, it all worked out really well. So, other than maybe maybe a broken rib, I mean, he didn't whimper, he didn't snarl. Like, the dog is a great dog. So, it seems like I got her name. I see her running pretty often. Like, I see her in the neighborhood, so I'll definitely have to follow up with her in the future. But, oh man, that's rough. That's rough. I had to pee so freaking bad. I'm standing there at the mushroom place doing the pee dance going, oh, I gotta go. So I stopped at QT real quick here. I needed to air up one of my tires. Just the weather, as soon as the temperatures drop, the tire that I think I have I plugged it at one point, or maybe I still have a screw in it. I don't know. I forget. I lost track of these damn tires. It just gets a little low. So stopped at QT to put some air in it, but then I went inside to use the restroom. And I forgot I know QT is known for their drink station, right? They've got like all the crazy drinks you can think of. They've got a whole like tea section. They've got a whole, obviously, fountain drink station. They've got a whole Frozzoni, which is all a bunch of slushy drinks. And then they've got the crazy new coffee station, which I didn't realize this. I wondered why they had two big taps, right? There's a hot section and a cold section. I just learned this. And they've got like, I don't know, six or eight different kinds of coffee on tap, right? So they've got like caramel latte and chocolate mocha and vanilla latte, and then they've got like a pumpkin spice latte, and then they've got nitro cold brew and regular, and just a whole variety. I kind of want to try them. I'm curious if they're any good. Are you a fan of QT's coffee? Have you had any of them? Are there any recommendations you have? Hot versus cold? Because that's the other problem too, is like traditionally I like hot coffee drinks. They just taste better. Lattes and mochas especially. That steaming of the milk just adds a creaminess to it. It adds to the body. Iced coffee, I go nitro cold brews or an actual cold brew versus like a hot coffee poured over ice. It's never the same. It's watered down. It's just not as good. And so I'm curious if you have any experience with QT's coffee, like the new like tap, all the different taps they have. Let me know in the comments below if there's any recommendations you have. I like caramel, I like vanilla, I like mocha, but I'm just curious, like, because I've never been a fan of like gas station coffee. I know a lot of people say, oh, Circle K's coffee's great. Like my brother drinks Circle K coffee all the time. Not a fan. But then again, it's been years and years since I've tried something. So with QT kind of stepping up the drink game across the board, I am curious if their coffees are any good and which one I should try first. Every day I walk by their bread area and they got this new brand, La Jolla. And every day I see these damn Danishes. It smelled too good this morning. Problem is they didn't have a blueberry. They had apple. They had a bunch of different flavors. Apple, cherry, and cheese are the ones I kept going back and forth with. I also went with apple. It's good, but it needs to be heated up. It's like cheese. Cheese is great, but when you melt it, it's phenomenal. This is good, but it's probably phenomenal if it was heated up. I'm gonna give the rest of these to the girls. Listening to, or I should say watching / listening to Night Beats last night. I've been listening to techno music all day. Funny little anecdote, story time, whatever you want to call it. Whenever I got access to Sirius XM radio, I would always program the techno stations. There's like 3 stations I'd listen to. BPM was my favorite. Then there was like a dance style, like dance channel, and then there was always like a DJ channel, right? Like I think, God, I can't remember the guy's name now. There was one that was like, it was his channel, right? And they'd rotate it every like year or so, like so and so's channel. Anyway, because you can't hear in Phoenix, there is no techno stations. I'm pretty sure there was one in California at one point. There probably still is. I don't know. But like LA, there was like a techno station. But anyway, in Phoenix, you couldn't just turn on the radio and listen to a techno station. There was once upon a time a station that on Friday and Saturday nights at like, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 p.m., they would switch to like DJ mixes. And so it would be like a DJ club mix from like, I don't know, like I said, 7 to midnight, 9 to midnight, something like that. And that was the best. When I was up late, staying up late, I would always, turn that on and listen to that. But anyway, I've always loved techno music, EDM, right? And now, just like every other musical genre, there are multiple sub-genres for it, right? And so my problem is always the same. I never know what to look up to find the exact specific type of EDM, electronic music that I like. Now, I think techno is a sub-genre that I do like, but what's funny is I just asked Grok to, help me identify different kinds of electronic music, and it did a perfect breakdown. And it even gave me artists to like, because I know a lot of artists, and so it'd be like, think this artist for this genre, think this artist for that genre, this artist does that genre very well. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. Come on, buddy. So anyway, I've got some research to do because I've got a bunch of different playlists saved that Apple updates on their own. Like they'll update it every week or so with new music, just so I can listen to it and go, oh, okay, this is this genre that I like. Sometimes it's not even a genre. Sometimes it's just a name of a playlist that has a certain type of energy or BPM or something. But yeah, there's a couple playlists that I said I have saved, so I dipped into one today and it's been bopping all day, dude. I'm loving it. I want to feel like I'm in a club, you know what I'm saying? Just Tropical Crush, today's Juvie flavor of the day. Drinkjuvie.com, code Clintus at checkout. Pretty sure they have a Black Friday sale going on right now. So whatever the sale is, use code Clintus and save an additional 10%. So if it's 15% off, you save 25. If it's 10% off, you save 20. You get the idea. Link in the description down below. All right, first meeting is done. New customer. I forget how my dad knew this guy, or it was someone that was referred to us. I forget, but it was a customer that specifically needed just one product from us. That's the only reason why they reached out to us, is because we buy this product. We're close to the vendor. In fact, we're right around the corner from the vendor. And so the customer reached out to saying, look, I just need this one product. I'll buy it in bulk if you can deliver it to me. And we're like, yeah, got it, no problem. But of course, I'm like, but what else do you use? And it's a chicken, fried chicken place. So not a lot of produce. In fact, the only produce they use is coleslaw and lemons. So, but they're in luck. I guarantee you our price is better on the coleslaw. Guarantee it. And then lemons are lemons. Our prices are good on lemons, but they don't go through a lot of lemons. So, but I told them you can buy pounds. You don't have to buy a full case. So if you just want to get up 10 pounds a week or whatever with your pickles, easy, right? But yeah, we're going to deliver 7 5-gallon buckets of dill pickle chips. They go through a lot of pickles. So I just walked through his kitchen, and he even printed a dry goods list. So all their dry goods, obviously that's a big business. They just switched companies, so I don't necessarily want to swing in there after the first week and be like, whew, but I'm going to give him prices on everything and just be like, hey, just, I give this guy a chance, right? But here's my prices. Who knows? Maybe I'm cheaper on just 2 or 3 items, and you just buy those 2 or 3 items from me, right? Maybe you just buy those 2 or 3 items from me, and then everything else you buy from him. Whatever. Again, we're coming with your pickles. My whole sales pitch is we're coming with your pickles. That's the one item that you are buying from us. So if you add anything else to your order, it's just a bonus, And that's kind of how the philosophy of my dad's business has always been. Is we're coming with your tomatoes and your avocados. If you throw on a box of gloves, it's a bonus, right? It's something we're saving you, and we're making an extra $5 or whatever it is. So that's kind of how that is. So anyway, that was that meeting. 2 miles down the road from my next meeting, which is one of our existing customers and the very first one that I'm putting on the app. So I'm very excited. I got everything set up before I left the office. The last thing that I need to do is just push the button to send her the invite via her phone or email, whichever she prefers, to the app. She'll get the alert or the notification. She'll download it. She'll log in, and then I will walk her through it and help her place her first order for tomorrow. So I'm excited. I'm not even nervous because it's an existing customer. I think the nerves will come in when I start using it for new customers, and that I'm not ready for it yet because I need to get some coaching. I've never had any kind of sales training before. Obviously, I went out and I was doing sales when I first, last year, 2 years ago, whenever, I started doing some sales. And, it's a little nerve-wracking because you just don't know what you're walking into. You're walking into someone else's domain and business. And I've definitely gotten dirty looks. I've definitely gotten the worst I ever did was I came in after hours and it was a female owner. And I think I scared her or took her off guard. Like, what are you doing in my kitchen? We're closed. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't know what time they closed. The back door was open. And so I just walked in the back door. And you could tell it was very off-putting. I was like, I won't be coming back to this place anytime soon. Sorry. But anyway, other than that, it's just the breaking the ice. And I just need a little help. So I'm going to reach out to some of my dad's old colleagues, sales reps in the field for some help. And just need some pointers, basically, like do's and don'ts, do's and don'ts. Well, we have success. Our first order done by one of our customers, not by myself, not any tests, actual legit customer. One little mistake. They put in a pound of zucchini instead of a case of zucchini. So I had to kind of just point it out to her. Two things. One, make sure you're reading the entire item so you know that. And then two, just as a quick little oh, that's not right, is the price. If you notice the price is, $1 something, that's not a case. Because cases are, in the 20s or 30s or whatever. And she's like, oh yeah. I said, no worries though, that's an easy fix. Just know that your invoice is going to look different than what you have in your email. Because the way the app works, obviously, is it sends us an email, but it sends her one as well. So she has a confirmation of what she ordered. And I said, so that's kind of like a double check. If once you hit send and you realize, oh crap, I made a mistake, there's the little chat program to say, oh, hey guys, sorry, I made a mistake. I put this in, I need this, or, whatever. But she's super sweet and super into it, and she's excited. She obviously knows how it's going to be nice and useful for us. So yeah, first one's down, first one's in the books, and now it's just a matter of just doing, my goal is to literally to bring on 2 or 3 customers a week. Obviously it's Wednesday, so if I could bring on a customer tomorrow, that would be great. I gotta think quickly here. Tomorrow's Thursday, for Friday, who I could bring on, because it really comes down to the prices, right? If my dad has the prices set up for them and everything is good, then we can move forward. But I'm thinking I just even today's meeting, I realized a couple things I had to correct, things I had to change. So I think as I have these meetings and I'm starting to put the app in people's faces, that's when I'm going to realize things that I still haven't finished yet, or things that I thought were done but aren't. Perfect example, bell peppers. I haven't changed the name, the abbreviation of a case. It still says case, and all the abbreviations are going to be CS. Garlic. A case of garlic is labeled garlic, peeled, 3-pound bag case. The peeled garlic, the bag of garlic says peeled garlic, so they're not next to each other. She was like, normally I order a bag of garlic, and can I only buy a case? And I was like, nope. I said, scroll down the P. So I gotta change that to garlic, peeled, so that they're right next to each other. It's in alphabetical order, but the first word needs to be what the item is, so they're bunched together. Another example is onions. We at one point had yellow onions, blah, 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 red onions, blah, 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 white onions, blah, 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 right? And so if you're somebody who orders 3 things of onions, then you have to scroll to find all 3. Whereas if I change the names to onions red, onions white, onions yellow, they're all next to each other, that person can go ... A little after 7 p.m. I got home, I think it was 5:30 or so. My customer was kind enough to give me food, which originally was for my brother and my mom and my dad, because they were at her house doing something. I thought they were going to be there for longer, which is why I was like, yeah, you know, she offered food. I was like, well, I'm going to see my dad, my brother, my mom, so yeah, sure, I'll take some food. They all left. So I did give 2 gyro sandwiches to my mom and her brother, and then I took the rest home, and I ate one. I've got the other one in the fridge with some hummus and some fries, and I'll bring all that to the warehouse tomorrow. So I will come bearing gifts. But anyway, Tiffany and I just caught up on the day, showered, winding down, and I'm gonna go ahead and punch out early tonight, edit the vlog, play some Arc Raiders, watch some vlogs, and just wind down for the night and try to get to bed at a decent time. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I do appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Tomorrow's Thursday. Back to the grind. More database stuff, clean up, like I said, lessons learned from the first customer interaction, and start planning my next one, whether that's Friday or Monday or whatever. That's the plan. Just keep the engine rolling and bring on more customers each week. Boom, 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 boom. I'm excited. My brother's excited. My dad's excited. Everyone's excited. So all the pressure is right here. Now that you're done watching this video, here's 2 more for you. You got the latest video and what YouTube recommends you checking out. They think they know you. They think they know you, and this is what they think you're gonna like. So go watch another video.